It's hard to believe that it's really been a full year since the release of Pink Triangle Legacies. I have been just blown away and thankful and humbled by the response that it's gotten.
With the current political climate in the United States, with far-right politicians echoing the homophobic rhetoric of the Nazi regime, there's never been a more important time for audiences to read Dr. Jake Newsom's Pink Triangle Legacies.
Thank you, Jake, for this really, really important work that you've done, reminding us of our interconnectedness. And just thank you again for bringing more exposure to this topic, more awareness to this topic, where all of us in the LGBTQ plus community really benefit from.
Hola, buenos días. Quería felicitar al doctor Jake Newsom por este excelente libro que se llama Las Legacies del Triángulo Rosa. Las lecciones de este libro son muy importantes, no solamente para mí, pero para toda la comunidad. Son unas lecciones de unidad, de amor, de respeto, de...
I almost fainted when I saw that Martin Sherman called my book vital and important. He was really the first to bring this history to the masses with his play Bent. To know that he has read Pink Triangle Legacies and liked it is really validating.
In the ninth grade, I came out as a lesbian. In that same year, I also joined the Bring the Lessons Home program at the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum. I spent the past 4 years learning Holocaust history, its importance, and its legacy. I've spent a lot of time reading books about the Holocaust, the various groups that it impacted, and none of those books have been as impactful as Pink Triangle Legacies.
One of the things that I've had the most fun doing was an interview with Jonathan Van Ness for their podcast, Getting Curious.
Paragraph 175 is this thing that I learned about on my podcast Getting Curious from Dr. Jake Newsom, whose book, The Pink Triangle Legacies, you should 100% read.
Lieber Jake, du kannst sehr stolz auf dein Werk sein. Ich bin dir sehr dankbar, dass du dieses Thema aufgegriffen und dieses Buch geschrieben hast. Ich bin als Teil der LGBTQ-Plus-Gemeinschaft ist es besonders wichtig, die eigene Geschichte zu kennen, um für die Zukunft vorbereitet zu sein. Nur wer die Geschichte kennt, kann aus ihr lernen.
Pink Triangle Legacies does an amazing job of hearing voices that were not heard and searching for those stories. To me, the Pink Triangle is a symbol of reclaiming and turning hate into love and community.
I was happy to contribute information about our work at the Lesbian History Archives about the use of the Black Triangle and the largely hidden story of lesbians under the Nazis. We appreciate your research and hard work in keeping these stories alive, especially as we face a resurgence of fascism in the world.
And I just want to say it has been a real honor to have my voice and my ideas included in Triangle Legacies. And I want to say it has been a real pleasure working with Jake. Jake is a real one.
Hi, I'm Patrick Carney, the person behind the organization of the giant Pink Triangle atop Twin Peaks in San Francisco each year. It's a huge reminder and warning of what can happen when hatred and bigotry are allowed to go unchecked. That's why it's so important to me that Jake Newsom included the Pink Triangle of Twin Peaks in his book.
Hey, Dr. Jake, but as your mom, I just want to say how incredibly proud I am of you for so compassionately writing the stories of the people on these pages. Thank you for writing it.
And I just know that I can't really express how deeply, deeply thankful I am to be able to not only write this book and share the stories of these queer people from the past, but also to be able to hear how these stories in the book have impacted people today.
But I wanted to take the opportunity to just thank you again for everything that you've done for me and my class and in writing this incredible book. It's been really an important link for my students to be able to read about the past and connect it with their present, and to have you come and talk about your work has been really life-changing for so many of them.
I saw online on Instagram that one guy read the book and then felt inspired to get a pink triangle tattoo as kind of his own personal memorial to the queer ancestors that were murdered by the Nazis. My favorite part by far has been the book signings. I'm getting the chance to meet so many people who just share a snippet of their life stories with me. More than one person that I've met had never told anyone else that they were queer. And I can't describe to you what it feels like that they were comfortable enough and brave enough to share that with me. One woman who lives in a small, rural, conservative town in the South, where I was going for a book tour stop, she had messaged me. She has a transgender daughter and just wanted to thank me for bringing queer history to their local community because it helped people like her daughter feel less invisible and alone. There's one book tour stop in particular that I will never forget, and that was at the University of Lynchburg. And during the Q&A session, several young queer people stood up and started asking about me, right? Me personally, how do I take care of my mental health while working on such a dark topic, a dark history? Do I ever fear for my safety while on book tour? Do I miss my son and my husband when I'm on the road? And it was just this spontaneous moment of compassion and empathy. After that event, one person came up and gave me a piece of poetry that they wrote. They told me that, you were vulnerable up on stage, you shared a piece of yourself, and I just want to share a piece of me with you. So that's the power of this book. It tells queer history. It gives voices to those who've been silenced. And it also brings queer people together today, right? Together to say, I see you, I've got you, and I love you.
And I'm proud to be someone who knows Dr. Newsom and the brilliance behind his work. Happy birthday, Pink Triangle Legacies.
Happy birthday, Pink Triangle Legacies.
And happy birthdays, Pink Triangle Legacies.
Happy birthday, Pink Triangle Legacies.
Happy birthday, Pink Triangle Legacies. And
Happy birthday, Pink Triangle Legacies.
I want to wish the Pink Triangle Legacies a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Pink Triangle Legacies.
So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for creating this piece. I know that it was a labor of love.